Welcome, my name is Xin Li. Today I will be discussing one of the most transformative and disruptive technologies in human history, the steam engine. Before the age of computers, smartphones, and the internet, the steam engine was the catalyst that launched the modern industrial era. It wasn't just a mechanical invention, it was a cultural and economic earthquake. The steam engine refined how people lived, worked, traveled, and even how they perceived them. It laid the foundation for factory systems, modern transportation, urbanization, and global trade. In this presentation, I will explain how the steam engine evolved, why it was such a disruptive force, how it fits into our class definition of description, and the massive cultural changes it inspired. We will also look at how it laid a series of other innovations that still shape our lives today. So let's step back to the 18th century and explore how boiling water changed the world. The steam engine is a device that uses the expansion of steam to perform mechanical work. The concept sounds simple now, but it took centuries of experimentation to perfect. The earliest visions of steam power go back to Hero of Alexandria in ancient times, but practical steam engines emerged in the 17th and 18th centuries. In 1712, Thomas Newcomen built a steam engine used primarily to pump water from coal mines, but it was inefficient. Then, in the 1760s, James Watt improved upon Newcomen's design by adding a separate condenser, which made the engine vastly more efficient. This wasn't just an engineering win, it was an economic and social turning point. Watt's engine could power machines continuously, no longer rely on rivers or manual labor. This means that factories could be built in cities, production could run year-round, and human dependence on muscle power was reduced dramatically. The steam engine opened the door to mass manufacturing and mechanization, which in turn enabled industrial capitalism to flourish. Its impact on history is hard to overstate. Let's take a closer look at how the steam engine evolved. As mentioned earlier, early models by Newcomen were massive and consumed a lot of coal, limiting their use. James Watt's breakthrough came not from just one idea but from a series of refinements, like using rotary motion instead of just a vertical position. This allowed steam engine to power not just pumps, but also spinning wheels, presses, looms, and later transportation. These upgrades transformed the steam engine from a niche industrial tool into the driving force behind the Industrial Revolution. What's important to note is that this evolution wasn't just about the engine itself, it was part of the larger ecosystem of innovation. Advances in metallurgy allowed for stronger and more precise machine parts. Improvements in coal mining provided the necessary fuel. Knowledge from physics and thermodynamics helped optimize energy efficiency. It was a collaborative advancement involving engineers, scientists, laborers, and entrepreneurs. And once portable versions were developed, steam engines were no longer confined to stationary factories. They could power locomotives, steamships, tractors, and even military equipment. So, why is the steam engine considered a disruptive innovation? According to our class definition, disruptive technologies are those that fundamentally alter or replace existing systems and practice, especially by making products or services more accessible, scalable, or efficient. The steam engine did all of that and more. It replaced manual labor and animal power with machine-driven work. It liberated industry from geographical constraints, no more dependence on rivers for water bills. This allowed for factories to emerge in urban centers, boosting cities like Manchester and Birmingham in England, and later Chicago and Pittsburgh in United States. Traditional craft labor, which had dominated economic life for centuries, was replaced by mass production. As a result, new social classes emerged, a way of working died out, and a new form of labor organization, including unions, came into being. Disruption wasn't limited to economics, it also affected society, politics, and even family life. Working hours become standardized, wage labor became dominant, and capitalism entered a new phase. The steam engine didn't just change how we produced goods, it changed how we lived. One of the most profound impacts was urbanization. People left farms and villages to work in factory towns, leading the explosive growth of cities. Before the steam engine, most people lived their lives according to natural rhythms, sunrise to sunset. The engine introduced a mechanical rhythm, shifts, clocks, and time cards. The very concept of working hours became formalized. Travel became more faster and more accessible. What once took days by horse-drawn carriage could now be done in hours by steam train. This made long-distance commerce, migration, and even tourism possible for the first time. Steam-powered newspaper and goods allowed for mass consumer culture. New social dynamics emerged as people from different backgrounds crowded into cities, creating melting pots of ideas, identities, and tensions. It also sparked new political ideologies like socialism, as people began questioning the consequences of industrial labor and inequality. The steam engine wasn't just an industrial tool, it reshaped the cultural, economic, and political DNA of every society it touched. To wrap up, the steam engine wasn't just a tool for pumping water or running machines. It was a foundational force that launched the modern era. Thanks for listening, and I hope this presentation gives you a deeper understanding of how one invention changed the course of history.